What will my goals be for quarter number 2? Hi, I'm Sara and this is Geeky Abode. This is where I love to share everything homeschool, family, and a little bit of life's adventures. If you like that, please hit the subscribe button and let's get into this video. In today's video, I am sharing what my goals are going to be for the second quarter of our school year. I can't believe the first quarter is already gone. It flew by and now we're entering into the second quarter. And this is usually one of the most challenging quarters for us because it happens to be the time of the year when we have the holidays and a holiday break. So making sure that we're very intentional about what our goals are and what we're doing in school is very important. So let's dive into this video. The first category of goals that I want to talk about are curriculum goals. Some curriculum that I want to finish and some that I want to start and some that I just want to evaluate. So we have been working with Moving Beyond the Page, the culture unit. This is the first unit that we have ever done with Moving Beyond the Page. It is a brand new curriculum for us that we happen to love. We are almost done this unit, so we will be finishing this in the second quarter and starting another unit. I have the other units here. I bought the whole year and I'm not sure which one I'm going to do next. We have Matter and Movement is one of the options. Community is the other option. And the last option is relationships. And I haven't decided exactly which one that will be starting in quarter 2, but we will be finishing culture and starting one of those units from Moving Beyond the Page. In quarter number 2, I plan on adding in Spelling UC. I've purchased the teacher's guide and one set of the workbooks for the students, and I do need to purchase another set of workbooks. So as soon as I have that, I'll be finding a way to work that into our schedule for quarter number 2. So I'll keep you posted. I'll be doing a video at some point of what our first impressions are and experience it is with Spelling UC. Another one of the language arts options that we will be doing this year is possibly the MCT Poodle series. The Michael Clay Thompson Poodle series is the introductory level for their Michael Clay Thompson Language Arts program. And I'm really considering starting with it and probably starting with the first book because for me, I'm really interested in this curriculum, but I find it challenging to get a feel of what it will be like to use and how to incorporate it into our homeschool. So I feel like testing the waters with getting the first book in the Poodle series will be beneficial for us so I can see whether it's something that will work for us before we get into the level 1. Michael Clay Thompson himself, I was listening to a video on YouTube, was talking about how it's really about, at that age, the exposure to the book and how important it is for kids to sit down and really enjoy the book. So that's kind of how I plan on using it because we are already using Logic of English and the Moving Beyond the Page curriculum, which both have, and Blossom and Root language arts. So we're really using a variety of language arts curriculum already that can cover some of the basics for grammar when it comes to like nouns and parts of a sentence. So I don't feel like we really need to add in another curriculum that's going to take up a lot of our time, but I still want to get a feel for what the MCT curriculum is like. So I would plan on picking up one of the Poodle books and then just adding it into our day casually, even if we just use the Michael Clay Thompson Poodle series as more of a reader where we sit on the couch and look at it together. I still feel like there's going to be a lot of value and benefits to that. And for me, it would also give me a good idea to evaluate for next year whether it's something that we want to use. For math, I just recently mentioned in our quarter 1 update that I've been getting pushback from my son when it comes to doing the Math UC curriculum, which is working wonderfully for my daughter. So we recently started to test out teaching textbooks, and so far so good. So for quarter number 2, I just want to watch closely what we're doing with math for him and seeing whether teaching textbooks is something that might stick around for him or if we should switch back to Math UC. It's just something I want to be very aware of and keep a good eye on it. Personally, I have a little bit of anxiety about it because I really like the Math UC program and I don't really want my kids to do 2 different curriculum options when it comes to math, but I really, at the end of the day, need to do what's right for each kid. So at this point, this is what we're going to do. We're going to test out teaching textbooks, stick with Matthew with my daughter, and we'll see how it goes. So quarter number 2 will be a lot of evaluating when it comes to math. Another math curriculum or supplement option that I want to add in quarter number 2 is Time for Math Facts. Time for Math Facts is a program or a computer game system that is made by the Time for Learning company, and it uses games as a way for kids to practice their math facts, and it has addition, subtraction, multiplication, and division. And that is something that I want to add into more of our free time learning when it comes to the kids. That way they can practice their math facts and really have a solid foundation in those. The last thing as far as curriculum goes is I want to add in a unit study of some sort. I want to add in some sort of fun unit study that adds some fun and enrichment and really something a little bit different that we can deep dive in. So in quarter number 2, I want to find some sort of unit study that we can add. In the second quarter, I really want to fine-tune our schedule. In the first quarter, we did a lot of work and a lot of discovery when it came to some of the curriculum options that we were going to use for the school year and what we like and what we don't like. And along with that also came with finding out how to schedule all of it. So for the second quarter, I have a really good idea of what I want to do. We split our homeschool day into 2 chunks of work. We like to do like an hour and a half in the morning before lunch, and then we like to finish it in the afternoon. In the morning, we do our core work when it comes to language arts and math. In the afternoon, we do basically everything else, which lately has been the Moving Beyond the Page curriculum and Blossom and Root. So I still want to do that, but I also want to add in a unit study. So I need to figure out, are we doing Moving Beyond the Page 3 and 4 days a week, Blossom and Root 1 day a week, and then unit study on Fridays? I'm not really sure. So that's what we need to work out in quarter number 2 is how I really want our schedule to work for us and really have a really good homeschool day. In the second quarter, I've been inspired by Shauna over Making Everyday Magic with her whole, I believe she calls it like a morning menu, where she has some tasks, chores, and some sort of school-related items that your kids can choose to do independently on their own when they want to do it. So I want to do something like that, where my kids are going to basically have some sort of independent responsibility for doing some of their schoolwork or some more fun educational tasks. What I'm thinking of including in that is that would be maybe where I would put in the Time for Math Facts, have them do that a few times a week. Epic Reading is basically an internet online library that's a lot of fun for my kids to get in a little bit extra independent reading, maybe some logic puzzles, some puzzle books, maybe some worksheets or extra stuff that goes along with any of our unit study that I'm not incorporating into our schedule and curriculum. I think those are some great ideas of what I'm thinking about so far. I'll probably do another video once I fine-tune exactly how this is going to look for us. But the whole concept is basically giving my kids the freedom to choose when and the responsibility of doing some of their own work. That way, I think it's a really good skill that any kid can learn in life of how to manage your time. So I want to add in, like we're calling it like a morning menu or a menu of work to do. One of the goals that I'll be talking about all year long is adding fun into our homeschool. Fun is really important to me this year because a lot of times school isn't fun, and I really want that to be sort of the core of our learning, to make sure that we're having fun while we're learning. You can easily say, let's have fun, and yes, we're having fun, but I want to have some actionable tasks. That way I can really evaluate at the end of the quarter whether we've been successful in this category or not. So what I want to do in quarter number 2 to make sure that we're having fun in our homeschool is I want to add in more game schooling. I really enjoy game schooling, but I feel like we haven't been doing enough of it as I would wish. So game schooling is going to be right up there in our fun category. Baking, I know that might not seem like a school thing, but I want to do more intentional baking with my kids. I feel like there's a lot that can be learned from that when it comes to science, math, and just a basic life skill. And it's fun, so that's the most important factor. Another thing that I want to do that's fun in our homeschool is add in that unit study. I want to incorporate Fun Fridays where we're doing basically unit study, artwork stuff, the games, the baking. But as far as the unit study goes, a couple of the options that I'm considering is, I've mentioned in the past, the artist study from Gather Round is on my radar, as well as the unit studies from Harbor and Sprout. Harbor and Sprout unit studies look amazing, and they look like they're so much fun. So I'm really interested in that. I know I want to test out both of those this year. I'm not sure exactly which one I'm going to do first, but I want to do one of them in quarter number 2. So that is what I want to do to make sure that we are having fun in quarter 2. That seems like a lot, but that's where we are with quarter number 2. I want to be extremely intentional and make sure that we are transitioning our curriculum as we should be, adding in new curriculum that I intended to start, really not perfecting, because I don't want to perfect anything. Life can't be perfected, but I really want to get into a good groove of our schedule and find out exactly where I'm going to fit in the curriculum choices that we're doing and that we're enjoying. I want to make sure that we are having fun with games, baking, unit study, and I also want to give my kids a little bit of freedom and independent responsibility when it comes to a little bit of the extra supplement homeschool. That way they can learn a little bit more about life skills and time management, and just not have to schedule absolutely everything down to the minute that I want to get in our homeschool. So that is what I'm hoping for quarter number 2. Let me know, what are your goals for quarter number 2? I'd love to know. Please hit the like button if you like this video. Please hit the subscribe if you don't want to miss out on any videos that I post in the future. And I really enjoy you, and thank you so much for watching. Have a great day. Bye.